Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Hello, I'm going to mute you guys because it's probably going to be loud. But you can hear me, right? Good. Alrighty then.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Good to meet you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. My name is Tyree Brown, by the way, from New York City.
Hi, Tyree Brown from New York City.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Hi, Roz.
Hello.
Hey. How are you today?
I'm
I gotta take her to the bathroom.
good. I'm going to mute you guys, but hello to all. But I will be muting you just in case. Okay, let me see. I'm going to, great, people are coming in. And
Just want to say hi, Roz. It's Ivory.
hi, Ivory, how are you?
Good, nice to see you.
Alrighty then. Let's say, and share the iPad, and share, boom. You plug it.
Okay. I can't see any. All on Rosalind Williams has started sharing screen. Okay, but what about Mare Ayers? I see me here, but there's nothing here.
I see you and hear you too. Mute audio.
I see you and hear you too.
I see you and hear you too.
Okay. Follow the instructions. Please connect to the same network as this Mac. I am. Select AirPlay. All right, I'm just going to let a few more people get here, but welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Roz. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. Now, on my screen, am I only on the screen? Am I only supposed to see everybody up top and the screen is black?
There.
Are you doing that there now?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Oh, hi. Oh, yeah. The shared content is to fit your screen. Oh, now I got a bunch of things here, and I don't know what this is, and it's way over to the right. I'm not here. Oh my God, you can't come back. Oh shit. Oh my God. Another thing went on.
I think that's Roz controlling your computer. And everything is
Oh my God, you know, this is awful. I wanted you to stay. I didn't do anything. I've got a computer on my screen now.
Hi there. Hi there, everyone.
NSA.
My name is Aisha.
It's
Mario.
the NSA, Murray. Run.
Hello?
Hi, my name's Aisha.
Can anybody
Hello?
hear me?
I
Yes,
can hear
Murray.
you.
Nobody's on a big screen here.
No, there's no big screen.
Oh, Louis, they just said
Well,
there's no. What is wrong?
I'm just on the phone. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, let me start here. Okay, then. I don't want to see that. I just want to play. Good. And I want to see. Okay, I'm all set and ready to go. Let me get some water. Let a few more people arrive. So nod your head if you can hear me. I like those head nods. I'll be right back. Oh, the water has arrived. Thank you.
Hi, Roz.
Hello. Hello to all. And I am going to start with the free class so that I can spend about 90 minutes and see as much work as I can. So let's get it started. Welcome. Okay, so first thing I want to do is acknowledge how excited you guys are to learn how to save money and get better at your on-camera audition. I know you're excited because you guys are showing up from around the world. I've heard from so many of you, and that just lets me know how eager you are. So I work with actors every day. I teach them, I work with them, I help them book jobs. I think Deb is on the call, and there's her picture. And I'm Rosalind Coleman, by the way, in case you don't know me.
Hi, Roz.
I also know that you as actors are busy, that you're busy pursuing acting, and that you have to stay alive, you're earning money here in this great city of New York or wherever you may be, and that you have a busy life and you don't have a lot of time in the modern age, right?
Right.
So I also know that you contribute, you have a huge talent. You have a huge gift and a huge talent, and that it's inside of you and that you're ready to share it with the world. And that's Britta, and I just love her talent. So what I want to do today is show you how to get better results from your TV auditions without spending a fortune, without spending all of your time, or losing your dignity in a sort of a false way in a play to pay to play. Oh, I wrote that wrong. In a play to pay workshop. I want to show you how to improve without doing those things.
Oh, good.
And I realize that you have indeed a ton of choices. That you have a ton of choices as far as your acting is concerned. See, they can open up. There are many places that you can study. And people all have their hand out for your money. I get the emails constantly, all the time, where people are saying, pay me this, pay me that, I'll teach you this, I'll teach you that. Like actors are the biggest suckers in the world. Well, we do have dreams. And I'm a believer. Okay, next. But my intention today is that you leave with a tangible way to rehearse and to get better on camera, and that you feel like you have the tools that you need to build your confidence. I want to review the work. I'm going to review some work today. And I want to, more importantly, teach you how to review your own work. So that's my intention today, that you leave here with value no matter what. And of course, I realize, because I've heard from so many of you, that you want more. And I don't want you to worry, I got you covered. You are gonna get more. You have an opportunity to get more. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to join me and a small private community of actors who are taking the reins and making the work better on their own. And I'm gonna tell you all about that. So here's what I'll cover today. I'm gonna answer some of your biggest concerns, which I thank you so much for sharing your concerns with me. That was awesome. We are going to watch the fringe scenes, and I'm going to give you useful, constructive feedback. And I'm going to, of course, give you the secret sauce of how to grow your work. And then I'm going to invite you to join me in the class, Zoom in Acting, over the next few weeks. And if you stay until the end of the call, there's free stuff at the end. So, of course, I won't have time to review all the tapes, but don't worry, I'll review each scene at least once. I'll break the scenes down, and there's free stuff at the end of the call. So, I have spent 25 years as an actor and 20 years as a teacher. And I just round numbers off because it sounds good, but I've really been a teacher all my life. And I have made the transition from film, oops, I wrote that wrong too. I may have made the transition from theater to film and television. And I've also taught, oh my goodness, mute all. I've also taught hundreds of actors to do the same thing. So that is what I would love to do. I still act, and I still act in big projects and small projects. That's me just a few months ago playing Michelle Obama down in South Carolina. And I want to talk to you about how to become the actor that you deserve to be, that you dream of being. And the way to do that is to actually act. That's how I became an actor. Because before I was acting every day in graduate school at Yale, I wasn't really an actor. I was just like a studier of actor. I was passionate about acting. But it was my time at Yale that helped me to actually become an actor, because I was in 10 plays a year. So it was 30 plays in 3 years. And that daily, consistent work is how you become an actor. And when you get out into the world and you no longer have a fancy training program to support you, sometimes it can be confusing about, how do I become an actor, right? What action should I be taking every day? That's what Zoom In is about. So I also want you to know that I will be offering a fast action bonus. For those of you who are interested, can go right over to zoominacting.com. And you will save tons of money, that's over $75 right there, if you join in the next 24 hours. Oops, I forgot to give myself a proper introduction. I'm Roz Coleman Williams, Rosalind Coleman, acting coach. That's me. You might see me on the video. I'm not sure if you see me or not. I am a wife and a mother. And the guy with the arrow pointed to him, that is my partner in crime, Craig T. Williams. And he's also my partner in offering you the Zoom class. Yeah, so I'm an actor, director, creator. And I am most empowered when I am directing and helping actors. That's why I love this picture, because that's when I feel the absolute 100% strongest. Is my time working with actors. Oh, and I'm a creator. I made a lot of stuff. Not on my own. I have a production company, Redwall Productions, with my husband. And these are just some of the products and things that I've created, including with my partner, Darby, Everything Acting Podcast, lots of classes, just a whole bunch of stuff. And yes, there I am, still acting on set this season. That was Blue Bloods. Okay, let me tell you a little story. So, when I came to New York, and as an actor, I had the same struggles everybody else had, right? The same thing that so many of you wrote about in terms of not feeling confident. So I heard about this amazing teacher who would tell you if you needed to leave the business, right? If you needed to just quit show business because you had no talent. So I was like, oh my God, I have to study with that teacher. So that was Susan Batson. And I went straight to her class to find out, this is back in the day before she was working with Oprah, before she was getting mentioned on the Oscars. I went to her to find out whether or not I should be an actor. And I waited 6 hours. The class was 6 hours or more. And I finally got a chance to work. And as soon as I started working, she was like everybody else got a chance to do a scene. But as soon as I started working, she was like, where have you trained? She immediately picked up on my training. And she immediately sort of didn't give me all that attention that the other people got. And I learned a lot that day, and I have since worked with Susan, like we acted in a movie together, and she's awesome. But I definitely felt like, oh man, she didn't tell me whether or not I should leave the business. So I was still out there seeking. And I felt that I needed to make money, I needed to go to my auditions, and I just didn't have the time to soak up all the goodness because the classes were so long and there were so many people in the classes. So that was a problem. Like, I love to take class, I love to study, I love to learn, I love to grow, but just the time investment just didn't work for me. So here we are today in the digital age. And the digital age is flat. And what that means is that we use the internet for everything. That gives us access and it makes things equal. It means that no matter where you are in the world, your acting can get better and it can be submitted to Hollywood projects, to small projects, from anywhere. Digital makes us equal. So you guys already get it because you're here. You already understand that. And we're very used to having things happen in our own home. So I was like, how can I make the most of the digital world? And sort of me as a teacher, and coming together with me as an acting teacher, coming together with the digital world is one of the things that made me want to teach this class and want to offer this class, because I know that it's, everybody doesn't have the time to be in an acting class, and everybody doesn't have access because they might live somewhere else. Or a lot of times you're working, which is a good thing. I got a lot of emails that said, I can't come, I'm working. I'm like, that's awesome. You want to work. But in the in-between times, you want to have access to make your work grow. And just to give you a little proof of that, I wanted to tell you about my client and long-term overtime client, and that's Modesto. And here he is making a tape in his home. I wish I could get that annotation off. I wonder if I can. So there he is making a tape in his home. Oh, I see how I'm annotating. Let me just get this annotation off. Erase. Yes. Okay, so there he is making a tape actually here at my house, and he's auditioning for a lead in a television show. And he booked it right here. And so you can absolutely book the work. And I know how to help you do that and how to get you through making tapes and submissions for television that will actually compete. So he didn't even have to, he got the job from the tape. He didn't have to even fly there, meet the director. He got the whole kit and caboodle from his digital online presence and from his audition. And he had to do about, I don't know, gosh, so many pages. Had to be like 13 pages. Oops, didn't mean to show you that. Okay, so now it's time for me to look at the first scene. So I would love to see a scene. So Craig, do you know which one I should look at? So why don't you just text me the link over here and to this computer, and we will take a look together at the scene. Oh, Ivory, great. And is scene one? Okay. So Ivory, let me unmute Ivory Aquino and ask her a question. Where is she, Ivory? Oh, there she is. I'm going to unmute you. So, hi. Which scene did you do?
Hi, Roz. I did all three.
You did all three. Okay, so we'll take a look at the first one.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to mute you again. And let me get that link. Did you send it, hon?
Yes.
Great. Here we go. Let me do a screen share. I'm going to share my entire desktop right now. And I'm going to take a, is it on Vimeo? Nope, that's me. YouTube, cancel. Let me just grab this link. Yeah. Oh yeah, the second one, sorry. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do the, watch Ivory's first scene. Let me just get this out of the way. And I'm gonna go ahead and play it full screen, okay? And then we'll talk about it.
Maple Collie?
Oh, wait. Let me get it ready. Allow. Here we go.
Ivory Aquino. Maple Collie?
Opening
Special Agent Sonia Curtis.
Nice.
This way. Am I telling you what the big deal is? Oh, and I'd usually get a full FBI motorcade for a friend of mine. I was told to get you here on the scene immediately, that you'd be able to shed some light. Where's your brother? He'll be over in a minute.
Good.
Yes, he's talking to
Environment.
the or he's answering the questions. Frankly, it's hard to tell sometimes. I imagine so. This SUV is one of ours. Take a look inside.
It's what?
The airbag's deployed. Doesn't look like anybody hit them. The car was found empty in the immediate aftermath of the collision. No driver. The doors were locked from the inside. Seat belt still buckled. No blood or sign of injury. Cool trick. Who did it? There was a wallet on the passenger seat.
Good, I want you to listen off the page.
Inside. Agent Daniel Agger. Agger? Where's he now?
Anticipating the story.
Tell me, Mr. McCauley. Do you recognize the other driver? No, never seen him.
Good, we need a bump.
There are no
Big
skid
change
marks
there.
from his vehicle. A witness says the car accelerated into the trash. Now, why would someone try to kill Agent Agger? Get the scene. This is my case.
You're gonna take that off of him.
Scene now. I already did, Mr. McCauley. She said to talk to you. That you had worked with Agent Agger on a recent case. She seemed confident that you and or your brother would be able to provide a credible explanation for what happened here, which I would appreciate because I am curious.
Take that off of him.
And I'll be honest, a little unsettled when I see it. People just don't disappear into thin air. There are times
Where's
when I
that
wish would
connection, personalization there? Ah, nice. Okay, like the closing beat. Alrighty, let's talk. Okie dokie, let me bring this in. All right, so I'm assuming everyone has read the fringe scene. Oh, here it is. So everyone has read the fringe scene that we're working on. Let me stop the screen share. That everyone has read this and is familiar with the story. So the first thing I want to look at with Ivory's work is let's find out first what worked, right? So it was great that she had an environment. So the environment being, where does the scene take place? So we all saw that she had, you had a sense of, in her imagination, right? We've read it, and when you go to an audition, you have to imagine that the people who you're auditioning for, of course, they've read it too, right? Duh. So it was easy for us to plug in that street corner and the car accident, right? She had that going on. The slate, just to be thorough, so that was good. I also liked her closing beat. I felt like she understood the journey of the scene. So those are the things that I felt like worked in the scene. What I want to point out, where there is room for improvement in the scene, is indeed, it's with the objective and the stakes. The objective can freak people out. That's, what do I want in the scene, right? Why am I talking? And so we look at this relationship and let's look at the objective. So we know that Sonia, it has, from having read the story, that Sonia is meeting Nate for the first time, right? We know that that lady, what's her name? Dulcina? Yeah, that Dulcina has told her to call him and her brother to help with this accident. And we know that at this accident, someone has disappeared into thin air, right? And this is Fringe. So this is a show that is like rooted in reality, but has supernatural shit that goes on. And we know that this is Sonia's first day and that she came from Detroit, right? but now she's working on this. So the first thing is looking at that relationship and what do you want, right? So the relationship is my boss, my superior told me to call these guys in to help because somebody disappeared. And then you have to say to yourself, well, what do I want? Well, I want to solve the case. So then how can I attach that to Nate, to this guy? And who is this guy to me, right? He's supposed to be, we know he's not exactly what I am, which is some kind of officer, right? You're special agent, but he's still supposed to help. So what do I want? I want to pull this guy in to helping me solve the case, right? So then if we look at that, if we up that desire, the first action that Ivory played, is that to help pull him in, right? So the first action that she played was, I would say, not strong enough, not connect. The need to solve the case, the need to pull him in, the need to elicit his help wasn't strong enough, right? And that really comes from that internal need. Because we know at the end of the scene, we have an idea from having read, and we base all of our choices in the text, in the story that they present us. And in the text, she says at the end, I am confused and what? I am confused and unsettled. So she's already there and she's already knowing what happened, right? She already knows that someone has disappeared. So in the first beat, you have to have that, right? And we know the world from Fringe. This is what I like to use for the world from Fringe, is I saw once a trailer where there was a guy walking down the street in Brooklyn, and all of a sudden, the person just went like this. And then flames came up out of them. But it wasn't like anything special. It didn't look supernatural at all. The person just caught on fire. And they were like, Fringe. So that's the world that we're in. And here she is from Detroit, her first day, and someone has disappeared. So we didn't get that sense, that need, right? That this is not an easy, everyday thing. Now, then on top of that, so we have to have that internal. I like to call that the, you have to be where you are in the story. So I felt like that wasn't operating enough. And then try to pull him in, right? And what Ivy played, her first action was like professionally or something like that, maybe. And I felt that choice didn't really, what do I really want? I really want him to up the, to help me because somebody disappeared, right? So, and if he's coming out of his car, whatever I imagine him being, I want to play something positive to get him caught up and to get him to help me, right? And because I just think of yourself if you were in that situation, right? And they said, this is the person who can help you. You're like, score, there he is. Let me, so I think the action choice should have been something in the, more informed by that. And your imagination, you can imagine what they told you. And we'd even get some lines on that, she seemed confident that you and your brother would be able to provide a credible explanation. That's what she says. So we're sourcing that in the text, that she's thinking that this guy, her boss told her this guy's gonna be able to help. But then some other stuff happens during the scene, right? And then we have all those surprises, so I think this guy is gonna, provide a credible explanation. And then where are the bumps, right? What are the obstacles that happen on the way? So what do I want? I want to catch him up, pull him in, catch him up maybe, so he can start providing that credible explanation, right? And then it has to be a surprise along the way. So what happened with Ivory's choice is that she was going so fast that there were no micro beats and no bumps along the way. It just got generalized, especially right here when she looks at the car, right? This is why he's here. He's here to help solve this. And she has this line here. The car was found empty in the immediate aftermath of the collision. No driver. The doors were locked from the inside. Seatbelt still buckled. No blood or sign of injury, right? You have to paint that picture for your future partner so he can connect. What's weird about that? And if you fly over that without a need provoking you to like, this was really weird and I need to know why you did, what was going on, then we miss it. So I felt like that wasn't specific enough, because then when he says, cool trick, who did it? Then you have a bump, right? This guy's supposed to provide the credible explanation. That should throw you. We didn't see that. We didn't see those little micro changes. And then when she told us about Agent Agar, she took the reaction off of herself and anticipated that what Nate's reaction was going to be. So she already knew where we were going like 3 beats later. So that took out the surprises. And that doesn't tell the story. So the first thing, your job as an actor is to bring this story to life. And for those of you whose tape I can't watch, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for all those little micro changes and the bumps. And of course I want to watch it, but I won't have time to watch them all. Okay. But that's okay, because if you join the class, I always will. Let me see another beat. Then, after she showed him the pictures, and Nate starts, where does it say? Nate reacts. Sonia hands several pictures, right? That was good. It was good, right? She did that. She lived through that. And then when we get to, do you recognize the driver? Then it says Nate is reeling. Now, we know reeling is like, whoa, reeling, he's reeling, right? He's tripping. So now she has to see that. Now, this is a grown man, right, who is supposed to be the one who can provide the credible explanation. And he's the one reeling. There's a big bump for you as Sonia, right? You're like, uh-oh, spaghettios, right? So that has to happen inside of you so that, and then you can cover it. Cover it with your professionalism. Cover it with, hey, I don't want anyone to see me sweat. But that has to happen. So you have something to cover. And that didn't happen. Then we have next, oh, hello, sir. Then we have next, what happens? Then, now, why would someone try to kill Agent Agar? Really, when you ask a question on screen, you gotta really need the answer, right? There was no connection to, I really need to know this, right? So that these beats could unfold again. So when she says, get Decina, right? Ivory played this well. This beat she played well, right? In terms of, holding down laying down the law. That could be the action. I laid down the law. She did that well. But she was almost doing that all along. So there was no change to that. So that's why we didn't get the story of the scene. And then when we have this, Nate, in your imagination, Nate has to be freaking out, right? Nate, grown man. Oh, there's the real Nate too. Grown man is actually shouting for his brother, right? And we know his brother talks to pigeons. So he is now calling out for his brother. Something ain't right here. Now imagine it's your first day. The person who's supposed to provide the credible explanation is now, you've already checked out his brother, right? And Ivory did that well too. That was another good thing she did, right? Was experience the brother. I think we saw her see him, but we needed to see also, that's weird, right? We didn't see the pigeon, him talking to the pigeons. So where am I getting this from? I'm getting it from the text, right? So we don't skip any beats that are written there. That's one of the big differences between film and television and theater, right? In theater, we cross out the stage directions. We're going to discover our own. But in film and television, we play all of it. That's the writer's way of communicating to us. All right, I'm almost ready for your question, sir. And then we have the closing beat, right, which she played well. And then Owen, right, the closing really happens when Owen shows up and says, there are times, lady, when I wish that were true. And you're like, right? So, and we did see her play that and play that well. Now, on your tapes, you need an opening beat and a closing beat. So that you, and not even for any reason, but for yourself even, that you want to start before the first words. And Ivy started so fast. So to go from your slate, hi, I'm Ivy, I'm beautiful, I look awesome on camera, by the way. And then immediately act, it's a little too fast, right? So what I would do is I would either not slate at the end, but be living in the life of Sonia before you start the scene. Okay, so that's a breakdown for the first scene. And what I want you to do is look for your storytelling when you watch your tape. Let me take Andre's question. What's your question, Mr. Andre? Let me unmute you. Unmute.
Hi, Roz. Hi. My question is specifically having to do with auditions. And in a scene like this, where there are these beats that you mentioned, where her perspective or her attitude or what she's thinking changes in the middle of this scene, how committed should we be to the actual pacing of the show if the pacing of the show is quick, but there are all these beats? How committed should we be to the pacing of the show when we want to include these beats without milking the scene?
You have to include the beats. The beats are there. So your job is not to create the pace. Mm-hmm. Your job is to live the life and tell the story, right?
Right.
When you're watching a show on TV, you're seeing the final result, mm-hmm. which is created from everybody there working together, and especially the director collaborating with you. When you're at the audition, you're just living the life. You're not doing the show. So you don't have to provide that pacing result that you're going to get. Now, many casting directors are going to tell you to speed up, mm-hmm. right? You can go faster, but you can't miss no beats. You can't go without no transitions, because we all know what good work is.
Yeah.
Right? And if the beats are here, that means they're there.
Right.
Does that answer your question?
Sure does. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Another question? Another scene. Great. So now I'm going to work at another scene. Candace Bennett. Okay. Did you text it over there to me? Great. Thank you. Candace Bennett. Oh, wait. I was going to do just a little bit more of my little thing first, but I'll do it again. I'll do it now. Craig just threw me off because he don't want my presentation to go like my presentation won't go. But that's okay. I'm going to look at another scene right now. But I built it in. Okay. You said you put it over here? And here it is. Okay, Candace Bennett. I hope it's scene 2.
Candace Bennett, and I'm auditioning for Sonia Curtis.
Oh, wait, am I screen sharing?
Special Agent Sonia.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's go allow. And let me just go back and share my screen. Zoom. Screen share. So that we can all watch Candace Bennett together. Desktop 1. Screen share. Okie dokie. Let's go back. So I'm going to talk through this one.
Hi, my name is Candace Bennett, and I'm auditioning for Sonia Curtis.
Good.
Nate McCulley.
Need an opening beat.
Sonia Curtis. This way.
Okay, she's got an attitude with him.
I was told to get you here on the scene immediately, that you'd be able to shed some light.
Okay.
Where's your brother?
He'll be over in a minute.
Ah, there she sees the brother.
Talking to the pigeons, where he's answering their questions. Frankly, it's hard to tell sometimes.
I imagine so.
Okay, there's a little beat. Yes.
This is one of our SUVs.
Where's the need? Relationship.
Doesn't look like anybody hit them.
The car was found empty in the immediate aftermath of the collision.
Listening.
No driver. The doors were locked from the inside. Seatbelt still buckled. No blood or sign of injury.
Okay, there's no stakes either.
There was a wallet on the passenger seat. Federal credentials inside.
Again.
Agent Daniel Agger.
Agger. Where's he now?
Ah.
You tell me, Mr. McCulley.
She knows it's there.
Do you recognize the other driver?
No.
She's going so fast. Where's
There are
her?
no skid marks from his vehicle.
The knee.
It says the car accelerated into the crash. Now, why would someone try to kill Agent Agger?
Get those here.
This is my case. Answer the question.
Right, you gotta take reactions off of him.
I already did, Mr. McCulley, and she said to talk to you.
Rushing through the scene.
That you and Owen worked with Agent Agger on a recent case. She seemed pretty confident that you and or your brother would be able to provide a credible explanation for what's happening here.
Owen?
Which I would appreciate because I am curious, confused, and I'll admit a bit unsettled by what I'm seeing.
And I'll be
People
honest.
don't just disappear into thin air.
There are times, lady, when I wish that were true.
Good closing. Okay. So, a lot of the same issues in terms of the need. Oh, unshare screen, stop share. Okay, so we needed the need, right? And you can tell from my critique of Ivory just how Candace was doing, right? It was just so fast and so general. And where's the relationships? And what is going on with you? And how is this affecting you? Okay? So that you have to actually experience it moment to moment and not, there we had some pace, right? But pace without the life, without the truth is nothing. It's just fast, right? And things can always be sped up, but can they be full? Right? This is layered for her. All right, let me get the, how do you raise the stakes? Great question. The way to raise the stakes is to really deeply connect to the given circumstances of the scene. So if you're not believing that your job is to solve this crime and that you're in a world where people disappear and people can catch on fire, you have to personalize the backstory. That raises the stakes. I mean, this is a totally realistic world, Fringe, right? Totally realistic. Only people can disappear and catch on fire. Now, how do I know that? I know that from watching the trailer, right? Because as a person who is auditioning, you're always going to do some research to find out what is the show, what is it about, you know, etc. Okie dokie. Let me go back to a little bit of my presentation, and then I'll go back to, I'll look at another one. Did we have any other questions? Where's it say screen share?
Somebody's getting confused about what beats are.
Oh, beats are just changing subject matter, right? So I just had a beat, right? I just changed the subject matter. Boom, right? I just changed from me getting ready to move back to my presentation to talking about beats. That's what a beat is, a change in subject matter. So every time the subject matter changes, that's a beat. And every time, you can also have internal beats, right? You can have little moments, or I call them micro beats, where maybe the subject doesn't change, but you find out something that just changes you a little bit. So, and this one has a lot of beats and micro beats, right?
And Kawana wants to know, how do we raise the stakes?
Oh, I answered that. You missed that. Yeah. Okay. So let me get back to where is the, why can't I find screen share? Oh, share screen right in front of me. Okay. So that was, oops, I'm not sharing it though. Maybe I have to do play. And just a sec, let me get this ready. And AirPlay, Zoom, there we go. Alrighty. Okay, just a second. There we are, Keynote. Alrighty. Oh, that was us doing the work. And so if you guys want more, and I hope you want more, I see you talking a lot. All of you are talking a lot, and there are a lot of people here. So I can tell that you long to have more, and that you can just go on over to zoominacting.com and join us when we will really dive deep and really learn how to practice on our own, how to make the best tapes on our own, how to become better actors without leaving your house, really, because let's say you can rehearse these scenes as much as you want to. And I really challenge you that if you decide, if you look at your tape and you see yourself speeding through, not having any beats, not having any obstacles, what you should do is retape the scene. Absolutely. You can't just leave it out there, right? You have to learn from it and keep, go at it. Okay, so one of the main questions that came up from you guys was about self-doubt. And I wanted to tell you about how this lack of confidence, or one tool for a lack of confidence or self-doubt that comes about from, acting. And one of the tools, and we get mindset in the class every week, we have a mindset theme. And one is to actually, when your inner voices talk to you, you can talk back. You actually can talk back. And to really try this approach of actually laughing, and you have to fake it till you make it. So what you do is you have to learn to take your work seriously, but not take yourself seriously. And not take the fact that you need to grow or that your scene sucked today seriously. That you have a really longer out view. And so that's the challenge that I want to leave you with this week, that however your work came out, whatever feedback you get, is that you look at it like, hey, I know that I'm going to be in this career, God willing, the creek don't rise until I die. And I'm going to have some bad days, thank God, because I can learn from those. And I can grow from those. And if you notice, I teach with a lot of humor. And I do that on purpose because although we take the stories really seriously, we don't have to take ourselves seriously. And that keeps you bouncing. And that is one of the main tools of an actor, is resilience. And we saw that on the list. Here's the thing. I teach because I learned from amazing teachers. This is one of my teachers, Vera Katz. And I really believe that as an artist, it's our duty to pass along the craft. But everybody can't have access to amazing teachers, right? Or have time to be with them. So that's why I created the class. Another thing that you can do to create confidence, these are two happy actors. And the reason they're so happy, I love it because they're just radiating confidence here, is that when you do your work as an actor, when you show up and play all your beats and high stakes and live moment to moment, no matter the result, you feel good. And when you start to radiate that feeling because you feel, job well done, I've done my work, I've grown, you start to attract people to you. Oops. So one of my things I wanted to offer was to stay woke. That means stay ready to act. That means you should be putting scenes on tape every week. One of the things that came up was that a lot of people felt that they get so excited when they get an opportunity. Well, if you're not woke, it means you haven't done it in a while, so you kind of feel a little sleepy and scared. But if you stay woke, if you stay ready, you won't experience that when you actually get an opportunity to put yourself on tape, either in the room or at home. If you want more, I also am offering a bonus with the class where you'll get more access to all of my, what do they get with the bonus? They get access to, they get lots of things. I'll tell you more about that. It's actually all written out on the site, which is zoominacting.com. You can go over there anytime and read all about it. So let me tell you a little story. When I came to New York and I was all confused, I would audition with Foxy Brown. She's a rapper. I don't know if you guys know her. And with Lisa Nicole Carson, and I specifically remember even auditioning for Ally McBeal. And so I sat down with Lisa and we had a little talk. And I learned a big lesson from her that I have carried with me ever since. But I want to read this quote from Lisa so you can sort of get where she's coming from. Excuse me, this is her talking about the Emmy that she won for Ally McBeal. She says, to be honest, at that time, I wasn't really familiar with the Emmys or Golden Globes or anything, Lisa said. So when everything started to jump off for Ally McBeal, I just thought I was going to a really fancy party. I didn't realize it was a big award ceremony. I get there and I see everybody that's from television. I think, oh, this is something different. She added, I didn't really get the gist of everything that was going on with the award season and the big extravaganza of the Emmys and Golden Globes. I think I remember the first couple of award shows I went to, I didn't even get my hair and makeup done. I just did a homemade job and put on a fancy dress and went. I was really out of the loop. So I don't know if you can tell, but Lisa has a different background than I do. And she came at acting from a whole different perspective. She is self-trained, what I call self-trained. You call it a natural, you can call it self-trained, you can call it someone who's taken a few classes. I've worked with people who've taken no classes. And I learned so much from them because I sat with Lisa around that time and I asked her, I said, well, how do you do so well? She said, well, I just do it again and again until it's good. And I thought, wow, that is like a concept that, us trained actors, I'm going to do my process. But guess what? It doesn't matter your process. It matters where you end up. And the reason Lisa did so excellent is because she practiced. And what I see with us trained actors is that we have to have the perfect environment to do our process to practice. And I don't believe that. I believe that you have to stay woke and practice every week. And Lisa got those results because she worked her ass off. And it doesn't even matter that she didn't know about the Emmy, she still won. So acting is a business where you don't have to. All right, so I have a fast action bonus. If you join within the next 24 hours, you're gonna get 20% off of all of Redwall Productions services for actors. That includes reels, websites, and script consultations. So I encourage you to go over to the website, zoominacting.com, and join us. And if you take advantage of the bonus, you get to save money. All right, so let's get to work. It's time for another scene. Check my thing. Okay, I hope it's scene 2 so we can move on in scene 1. All righty, this name looks very familiar. That can't be Julia. Are you sure this is right? Oh, wait, let me share. Am I sharing?
I'm not surprised that you're on this. You have to give me 48 hours.
Oh, no, that's my student from SUNY Purchase. Oh, okay, that link is my student from SUNY Purchase. Okay, that's because she got class tomorrow. Okay. Oops, Sasa. Aw, Prairie, thank you. Any questions while I get the next person together? Boop, 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 boop. Okay, we're gonna watch the next scene. I hope I can watch a scene too.
This is Alyssa Murray.
Alyssa Murray, you're up next. So, Send me the text. All right, are you on the call, Alyssa? Yeah. Okay, good. And there she is from YouTube. Which scene did you do, Alyssa?
Hi, I'm Elisa Murray, and this is my audition submission.
Share the screen.
I was hoping
Okay.
you wouldn't be caught dead in a place like this. Your brother called me.
Oh, good.
Apparently, he can't find his whoopies.
Good, good, good. I'm glad she did this scene. She's pretty. All right, let me do a screen share, and we're going to go back so we can watch it from the very beginning, from the opening beat. Already, I see that she's going to go straight from a slate to talking. And we want you to, if you do your slate, you're at home, honey, cut the camera. Reset yourself completely, right? So I'm in the bar. I'm coming into the bar, my opening beat. What am I doing? I'm coming in the bar. I'm supposed to find, I'm looking for dude, and then I have to see him, right? So all that moment, where's that moment? Where's that moment? Let's go back. Let's see if we see it. Maybe we see it and we missed it. Okay. Okay, and I have to share screen again. Boom, share screen. I'm gonna share desktop 1, share the screen, and make it nice and big. And let's go back to the opening beat. You guys, the opening beat is like, you want to set the tone so that we believe it, right? When you go so fast, it's like a party trick.
Elisa Murray, and this is my audition submission. I was hoping.
Oh, there it is. It is two
dead in a
things.
place like this. Your
Good.
brother called me. Apparently, he can't find his whoopies. So I spent the last 2 hours scouting local bars looking for you, so you could tell me what whoopies are.
Okay, you don't look like somebody who's been looking in local bars for the last 2 hours. Have you guys ever looked for someone in a bar? Anybody ever? Raise your hand if you looked for somebody in a bar before. Yeah. Can you imagine doing that for 2 hours? How would that make you feel? Okay, so that's what's going on with you.
Shaped like big bare feet. They're furry. Furry slippers. Of course. I can't speak to the lingo.
Good, good. So now she has a little self-reflection, right? That's good, just like the script suggests. I think that all of this is too easy, right? It's too easy. I don't know, maybe you like looking for whoopies for 2 hours.
What's the origin of the word whoopee? Just said it when it's bad shit crazy.
What's
It
with
all
the
makes
smile?
sense to him. That is the first thing you said.
Okay, that didn't, I don't know where the smile is coming from. But I think you're playing the result, right? In about a page, he's gonna warm you over. And you're already having this experience, right? The scene is gonna change during the scene. All right, let me play the whole tape and then I'll talk. Shut up. Okay, let's do it.
In the last 2 hours, scouting local bars looking for you, so you could tell me what whoopies are. Slippers, shaped like big bare
That wasn't the
feet.
line.
They're
What the
furry.
hell are whoopies, right? Or
Furry
something.
slippers. Of course. I can't speak to the linguist's origin of the word whoopee. Just said it when it's bad shit crazy. It all makes sense to him. That is the first thing you
All right.
said that makes sense to me.
That you didn't hear. Let him change you.
Be warned now. What you're about to enter is the dark, pernicious armpit of the physical universe.
Okay, she's anticipating.
I can handle it.
Listen.
It's not like those credentials you flashed when we met. Before the Bureau, I did 6 years in Detroit, PD. Even made arrests every once in a while.
I don't believe you.
I hear Detroit is lovely. Yeah. We call it the other armpit of the physical universe.
All righty.
How about
Now that makes sense. This is when that beat actually happens. You've been playing that all along, right? This is when that moment actually occurs, when the connection between them actually happens.
I buy you a drink? As long as it's not in a shot glass made of jello.
Actually, there, when she decides to take the drink.
Yeah, I spent some time in Detroit a few years ago, brokering stolen cars. I have to protect your file. My file's sealed. Guess I'm getting the hang of this FBI thing, maybe. Don't believe everything you read. But I don't get about you. Division 99, babysitting Owen. What's in it for you? What does that mean?
Real question.
Your whole life. Based on what I can garner from your arrest record, your financial history. It's always an angle.
Good.
Every school,
Good.
every job you worked,
This makes sense. Good.
It's always an ulterior motive, usually involving money.
Good.
I'm not playing an angle. Wow. So now you're a safer girl kind of guy.
All right, that
Okay,
makes sense.
so, hey, brother. He's a nice man. Take a look at his file. He loves you. Say something like that. I need you. So it breaks my heart to see you getting drunk at the local sports bars just so Owen can find his furry slippers. They're under the bed where he always leaves them.
Good closing beat. I like the closing beat, and I like the beats that where the action lines up with what you're actually doing, which was few and far between. Adorable. What's this person's name again? Sorry, I forgot. Alyssa Murray. Alyssa Murray is adorable, right? She painted everything with the same generalization. Howsoever, every now and then, a clock is right twice a day, right? So it's like 2 or 3 times, but it actually worked. But most of the time, it didn't make sense because of the given circumstances, the relationship, and the changes that happen during the scene. So what happens when you bring this into an audition like this is like, what a lovely person. Clueless, but lovely, right? So what you have to do, your first job is to tell the story as written. That's your very first job. And your strengths as an artist are absolutely going to come through. They are absolutely going to come through because you can't keep it inside you, right? But you still, as actors, our job is to tell the story. Okie dokie. All right, we have a question now, a hand raised. Oh, so what skill? So looking at the skill assessment sheet, one thing I wanted you to do is look at what skill does that mean I need to improve upon? And so just to use Alyssa as an example before I take Michelle's question is, that was where she fell down was scene analysis and listening, right? The listening and the analysis of the scene was not happening, and that's why it became so generalized. So then you can identify, oh, those are 2 skills I need to build. Those I need to improve upon. So you kind of have to sort of, also didn't have a reader, so, oh, girl, I didn't even know you didn't have a reader. Oh, what is it? So that means that you're perfect, that whatever you used worked perfectly. So, because I totally thought there was somebody there reading with you. You still got to listen. You still got to listen, right? You still have to live really, you guys, you can never have a reason because we're actors. So no matter how challenging our job is the same, even when it's difficult, even when we don't have a reader. You know, sometimes you act scenes with a piece of tape because your scene partner is in their trailer, right? Okay, I was just about to answer Robin's question, right? Oh, well, you have to get creative. First of all, I would say, firstly, try to get a reader. That's your number one thing. Number 2 is the reader does not have to be an actor. You don't have to control what the reader does. If you could get the reader to read through, and the question was, what do I do if I don't have a reader? You can do what Alyssa did, which is record yourself. record yourself reading that part, and then you have to use your imagination to fill in the role. It doesn't really change any, I mean, obviously, it's better if you have a live reader and they're an actor, but your job on the other side of the camera is completely the same. There's never, I've never seen anybody cut a slack for a bad reader or no reader. You know, we still expect you to deliver. And so that has to be within our skill set, even when our reader sucks and even when we're reading with ourselves on tape. So I would record yourself, use your smartphone to record the other part. And there's a great app for that as well. It's called rehearsal. Alrighty, so the next, who? Kawana, what was Kawana's question? Oh, she texted it. Okay, oh, you texted it. Okay, let me get to Kawana's question, which is in my text. Okay. What do you do when you need a film scene, but you do not have every, okay, I already answered that. How do you go about making good choices? Ah, Kawana, that's a great question. I'm so glad you asked. Good choices come from understanding the story and understanding your function as a character in the script. Even if we don't have the script, right? Here we only have, what, 9 pages? We can still suss out what your function as Sonia is, right? And how we know the tone of the script from watching a YouTube video. And we also know the story from reading the script. One thing I really suggest is that if you are not, and this is one thing I'm going to offer you in the context of the class, is that you need to be reading scripts constantly. Reading and understanding scripts and story is the #1 fall down place. From the A list to the Z list, right? It's like, what is happening in this story? What are they asking me to bring to this role to help tell this story? That's the #1 thing. And that comes from reading comprehension. The more you read scripts and understand them and understand the functions of the characters and what I need to bring to help this happen. So when you read the script, you need to read it from the point of view of being like in the audience position. What happens with us actors, and I know because I'm an actor and I do it too, is we jump into our character because we're so eager. I get it. We can't wait. So we're already reading from our character's point of view when we have not yet understood the story. That, my friend, will throw you off. That will throw you off. So a good way to avoid that, because even after 25 years, I fall into that trap. You're so excited. You're like, oh my God, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? Right? But we forget that the most that you have to, it's a 2-person scene. You have to listen, the listening. So when you read the script, you have to have the discipline to read it from the outside, read all the parts, and act all the parts out loud. Yes, read it like a crazy person. Why? Because it improves your reading, #1. Reading it out loud and playing all the parts improves your understanding and your imagination and your connection to the whole story. And you also read the stage directions. So you're just, you know, maybe you need to close the door if you have a roommate. Close the door, sit down with the script, and act the whole doggone thing out, all the parts. I don't care what's going on. When you do that, it forces you to create the entire story in your imagination. You must do that one time before you start, before you tape yourself. Otherwise, then after you've done that and you have the whole, then you can jump in and say, okay. So because now you understand what Nate is doing because you played that part, right? You played Owen. So this forced your imagination to really create the whole doggone thing. So you can see Nate. So you had to play Nate nursing his beer in the sports bar, right? You had to find out what that was about. You had to create the whole doggone thing. All righty. What's her name? Imani. What can you do about unique character interpretation beyond just objectives and stakes when you don't have access to the full script. When you don't have access to the full script, number one, ask to read the full script, right? So many people don't ask and you will get a yes. People want you to be good unless there isn't a script available, right? But I work with hundreds of clients. Some come with full scripts, some come with one page, right? And the difference is asking and receiving, you know? You can always offer, hey, can I go to the office and read the script? Then they're gonna say, oh no, here, right? That's the last thing they want. So that's another way to do it. And also if you're working with representation, you have to train them. They have access to all the scripts. If the script's available, they have access to it. If someone doesn't want you to have access to the script, what they do is they black out, they cross it all out. So you'll just see like a lawyer's thing, it'd be redacted. But the scripts are there. Scripts don't get approved unless they're there. Now, that's different from episodes. Episodes very often are unavailable because they're still writing their little buns off, right? Ooh. And you have to go from, mute all, and you have to go from what they do give you, right? What you can find out. One thing you can do is read all the sides that are available. Sometimes when you read all the sides from an episode, right, because there'll always be like a whole heap of sides of every character, put them in order if they have page numbers, and you can suss together a story, right? So, and then let's say you only have 9 pages like this, and that's for reals, only 9 pages. Then you have to make your choices based on what you have as best you can. It really, again, doesn't change your job. It doesn't change your job. Okay, she says, what can you do about unique character interpretation? I'm not really sure what she means by that. So character interpretation, I would call that, it's the who am I in film intelligence. Who am I as this person? And your job is to use your DNA to bring who you are, all the things that they say is true about, like, that's when I said, I don't believe you worked in Detroit. Because you have to have a whole life that you're coming from. What happened in Detroit? You know, what did you do in Detroit? You have to create that personalization so that when you say that, it's actually true. So really, I don't think you have to do anything, say, unique, other than live the story, bring yourself to those given circumstances, smash that together, and that is unique, right? I hope that answers the question. Does that answer the question? You guys get that? Yes. Oh, I got a thumbs up. Okay, good. All righty. Let's do another screen share. And I'm going to go to, again, whatever I was planning on saying. And then I'm going to be watching some more work. Oh, there are no more videos? Oh, well, that makes it real easy. I can just... All right. So let me choose this. And I'm going to do this, do that. I got my mirroring on, and now I'm just gonna run through, oops, the rest of my fancy poo. Are you reading my fingerprint? Thank you. All righty, so that's, that was us doing some more work, which was my plan. Oh, let me do play. Mm-hmm. Ah, this is good. But you don't see anything. Do you see anything? Oops. Okay, my little screen share went wrong for a sec. Let's do it again. Screen share. So I absolutely, I can't believe I saw all the work.
One person did all 3 scenes.
Okay, I can go back and do scene 3. But it really goes to show you that it's challenging to put scenes on tape. right? It's challenging, it's time consuming, and it really requires you to do your real work. You know, you can't, it's like it's a full-on acting experience to put something on tape. And I really wanted to teach you guys that is the, let me find my keynote for a sec, that is what you have available to you in the digital age, is putting yourself through that much work weekly, right? To do 9 pages on tape is challenging. Really, to even do one, because it requires you to do all the work. You don't get to do less, you don't get to skip analyzing any step or any connection because you have less pages, right? You still have to bring a full person to a full story, to a live moment to moment and a full experience. Your job is, again, the same. And to do that weekly and to learn to be able to watch your tapes, you will get better. That is exactly how I did it for myself. What I did was I would take every single on-camera audition that I had, and I would do them on camera as my rehearsal for preparation. Because when you watch back, and I know this as a director, as an on-set director, you start to see what you don't believe, what's not working, what doesn't make sense, but you have to have that understanding of the story. So what are the skills required to be a good actor? These are the skills that I'm asking you to look at your tapes and wonder about, how am I doing? Am I an excellent reader? Do I communicate when I act? As in, when I'm acting, I understand what's going on. Like Ivory, I could see she clearly understood, but there were moments that weren't communicated. Do I listen as an actor? Big time, listen as an actor. And there's so much listening. There's listening as the actor, right? There's listening as the character. There's a physical listening, and there's an intuitive listening, like feeling the energy. What's Nate's energy when I come up to him? What's my energy, right? And then there's a vibrational communication as well. You have to be able to analyze material. You have to be coordinated, be able to use your body. You have to have joy. You don't really have to have joy, but I think that you have to somehow, it doesn't have to be necessarily joy, but you have to enjoy the process of doing the work. You can be a miserable mother, but you do have to have joy about, the process of creating this, you know, Joker in Batman it does give me pleasure at some level. You have to have a life, real or imagined, from which you can create. That also means the same thing as imagination, right? So you're going to use your own life as fertile field, but you're also going to, where most things haven't happened to you. I don't know about you, but I haven't ever worked on a case where people disappeared. So how am I going to, I have to use my life experience and my observation and my imagination to fill that in, to make that real for myself. And what's wonderful is, like, you get so much from freaking YouTube and watching TV and all this stuff that makes it really easy to do that, to use your imagination. You can also use other movies, other works of art. You don't have to use your imagination by yourself. You can just, as my son says, search it up on YouTube. Search it up, right? And find, you know, a supernatural moment. And that's realistic and believable. So you can put yourself in that if you wanted to do that for this fringe scene. All actors have to have a stick-to-itiveness. It's also called resilience, bounce, mental toughness. And that's the thing that lets you bounce back up and go back to one. Lets you do another take. Lets you take in some feedback and do it again. You have to be able to do that, right? You can't be crushed by what went wrong. And you can't explain it, right? You just gotta bounce. It's like, that thing is over. No reason to talk about it. Let me get some water. I'll be right back. Oh, may I have some water, please? Thank you. And turn on the air conditioner. I'm getting hot. Thank you, please. Okay, what else? You have to be able to connect to the story. That means that's access to your emotions, right? You have to be an open channel. Effortlessness. we can't see that this is a hard scene. You have to make things that are difficult look easy, and you also have to make them look natural. If it looks like the actor is playing a hard scene, that's a problem, right? It has to look like they're living the life, not like, whoa, this scene is so difficult, big words, this, that, right? No, okay. You have to be revelatory in public. And that means that we as actors, when we step in front of the camera, when we go on stage, we take a risk. And you have to be willing to reveal yourself in public and share it. If it's happening in your living room and not happening anywhere else in front of other people, that's going to be a problem. So you have to be willing to take that risk and know that, you know, however it comes out, you'll do it again tomorrow. You do it again, you do the next take, you know, that's that bounce. Okay, so if you want to get better at this, join me in Zoom in Acting. I invite you to do that because this is what we work on all day, every day. We do scenes from television, we do all different genres, and this is how you can build that skill. Ah.
You have a video.
Oh, I have another video?
Yeah, Candace did the third scene.
Oh, great. I did want to do that third scene because that third scene is a big challenge. And we get that kind of challenge all the time. So here we go. Let's look at Candace's third scene. Stop scene share. I'm excited to see this because this scene has that emotional jump off that you have to bring. All scenes have a jump off, right? But that one is challenging, particular. That's Alyssa Murray, okay. Oops, stop share, screen share, desktop one. Mm-hmm. Oh, so I can go back to her, huh? Is that what I should do, Craig? Oh, that's a group chat. Oh, I was looking at the wrong chat, okay. Okay, there it is in the text between me and you.
Hi, my name is Candace Bennett, and I'm auditioning for.
So she's
The hell I did.
Oh, good. This is it. This is it, y'all. This is the third scene. This is a challenge. All right, I can already see she's upset. Let's see. We'll start here.
Risk. He was assigned in his agency.
Agent Kirk,
You screwed.
Inform their function. The same question.
Oh, it's all the way at the beginning. I can go all the way to the beginning. Oh, Candace, thank you. That really made it easy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Candace Bennett, and I'm auditioning for Sonia Grace.
Good. I like the jacket.
What did you do?
Opening beat, yes.
Why?
Good.
Became aware of the
just listen, don't look at the script then.
Their function.
Good.
Listen. You screwed up, not me. I didn't risk anybody's life in this agency.
Agent Curtis?
Owen wasn't. He wasn't a risk. He was a scientist.
Aw, poor Owen.
I'm sorry. Sensitive information from our division must be treated like a virus.
And your first response was containment.
You put us in a compromised situation.
The hell I did.
It was an unfortunate countermeasure, but we had to.
Stop saying we. Stop talking about it like a goddamn bureaucrat. You killed the man that I love.
No, Agent Curtis, you did. I know it's difficult for you.
Good.
What does that mean?
Division 93 needs you immediately. You're a risk now, too.
Good. Good. All righty. So some good stuff that I liked. Okay, this is what I liked. I liked the closing. I liked the listening in the last couple of beats, right? You saw the transitions. That was good. I liked it from the time she put her head down. She went deeper then, right? Notice how she took a beat there. She took some time. And the listening, the last, 3-4 beats of the listening really affected her. So all of that is golden. Yeah. Now, the challenge, which is really the beginning, is two challenges. A technical challenge of she wasn't off book and she still wanted to play the scene, right? And that happens to us all the time. If you get a ton of pages or you get asked on the spot to read something, you're not where you want to be in your rehearsal process. So how do I handle the paper? And I think I sent you something about that. But the big thing is, one of the biggest things I can offer, and something that we practice a lot in Zoom and acting, is that your listening has to be off the page. That means when the other person is talking, you can't be looking for your line, right? Because if you just asked him, let's see what you just asked him. If you just asked him 3 of 9, 5 of 9. Oops, I didn't print them all. Guess my printer ran out of paper. What did she say? Something like, what did she ask him? Let's just watch it again. Craig is right. Let's find out. And I will show you about the listening. Replay.
Hi, my name is Candice Bennett, and I'm auditioning for Sonia Curtis.
Okay, I like that she takes a moment to try to connect. Obviously, that has to be stronger and deeper because of the, talk about high stakes, right? This is like 10 stakes. Here she goes.
What did you do?
I may ask you the same question.
Why?
Good.
Division 93.
So she needs to know why, right? So she, what did you do? Why? She has both those off the page. Now, when he's talking, he's giving her the answer. She's got her concern for the answer has to be stronger than her need to grab her next line. So that she's going to have to listen all the way through because she so badly wants to find out what happened to her man. Okay? That means when it's time to talk, she's going to have to look down and start talking because she doesn't want to miss the impulse. So that's the scary part, is that you're going to have to listen, right, and be in the scene until it's time for you to talk. If you don't know the next line, you got to look down and start talking. Make sure that you finish up. Up means anywhere but staring at the paper. Down is on the paper. Good.
Function.
Good. A repeat's always off. Good.
You screwed up.
So you see her stealing peeks, right, and not listening before, so that it can't happen. So she actually disengaged. So we had some good listening, and then it's like, oh, what do I say? What do I say? So what you have to do is you have to talk when you can start talking when you look down, or the other option is that if you look down, it can't be a peek at the script. It can be, I'm looking down as Sonia in the moment, not dropping out and getting my line. So those are your choices.
I mean, I didn't risk anybody's life in this agency.
Agent Curtis?
Again.
Owen he wasn't a risk.
Good,
he was
breathing.
A scientist.
Good.
I'm sorry. Sensitive information from our division must be treated like a virus.
And she drops out. You
And
see
your
how she
first
drops out when
response
she gets her
was
line.
You put us in a compromised situation.
The hell I did.
It was an unfortunate countermeasure.
See, all of that needs to be either she's going to use the script or she's not. When you have short one-liners, they should be off the page if you can get them off the page. If you can't get them off the page because you haven't had enough time with it, then you need to start the line down and finish it up. I think I'm answering the question, right? Okay. So that is one of the keys to not being off book, is staying connected and in the scene and in the moment. Even though you have the paper in your hand, the paper has to be just an extension of your hand and not something that makes you die when you look at it. Okay. All right. So let me jump on back. If there are there any more questions? So one of the biggest things that we are going to work on in Zoom is breaking down scenes, and that's like analyzing them and figuring them out, which is what we did together. And oh, here I have, let me grab you this. I have all of the things that you sent to me in terms of some of your questions. So I wanted to address some of those. Your biggest TV audition challenges. One of the biggest challenges that you spoke about was nerves. Nerves, 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 nerves. I get it. So I feel you. And I know that it's nerve-wracking when you have a big opportunity and you really want to do well. What is the remedy for that? The skill is focus. The skill to build for nerves is focus. Because that means that you're focusing on not the life, the creative life, but the actor experience. Like, am I going to get it? Am I going to get it? What do they think? How much am I going to get paid? Right? That means you're not in the moment. So what you want to do is increase the actor life. I see Tanisha Gary up there nodding her head, and I'm thinking about you in that wonderful short I saw you in with the kid and the bicycle. So that was about, she played the mother, and it was about a kid, I think, loses a bicycle or something. But if she's in, tell me what it's about, Tanisha. Let me unmute your audio. What do you say?
Hey, yeah, the bicycle gets stolen. And it's just about the lesson of, it's not right for somebody to steal it, but however, you shouldn't make it that easy. You shouldn't you shouldn't be irresponsible as well.
Good. So what's she thinking about in the waiting room? She's thinking about, my daughter lost her bike. How much I paid for that bike? I can't believe this girl. I saved up for it. I did this. So she's consuming her mind with thoughts as the mother. Whatever that is, she's just fleshing that out. So that then on the edge of her brain, she knows she's in an audition and everything else. But when the nerves come up, she's taking on my daughter has to learn to keep her stuff. What else has she lost? What else has gotten stolen? Does she think my money grows on trees? You just have to be consumed with that. Then you have all that life, all that me living as that person. Then you take that and just slip it in your pocket. So you're not a crazy person when you walk in the room, right? You just have to hold that in your pocket. And so you can say hello, right? And all that. And then you breathe in back all that life that you've created, right? You never jump into the audition. That's what the opening beat is for, right? It's like you go behind the curtain in your mind, your imagination, right? It's like you step off stage for a second and connect yourself to, my daughter lost her bike. What am I going to do? First of all, why do they steal around here, right? So I'm in the life before the first line is uttered. And that is one way to deal with nerves. And what we do is we take notes, right? We're artists, we're growing, we're turning, we're changing as to how did it go this day with that? How did it go? Yes, this audition, that audition. And so we're tweaking ourselves in terms of giving yourselves a lot of different tools to deal with the challenge. Another way to build your focus is to meditate, is to be able to extend your meditation. To come into the present moment is to focus on your breathing. Focus on the sensation within your own body to come into the present moment. So building that, being able to do that for longer and longer periods of time strengthens your skill as an actor, because it strengthens your ability to focus and to choose your focus. Because it's always up to you. I can focus on this call right now, right? Or I can focus on my phone. I can focus on this. So it's like where we put our focus is where we go. And if we're focused on the opportunity instead of living the life, the nerves will come. It's just because I saw you, Tanisha. That wasn't the person. Okay, let me see another one that I had written down here. Actually, my little pictures aren't that great. I could just do it without the pictures. Oh, it's 2:30. Oh my gosh, you guys. Let me do another one and then let me wrap it up. So yeah, I think you should be working every week. I think that if I never saw you again, here's the takeaway value I want to give you. Of course, I want you to be in the class. I want all of you to come to the class. But if you don't, still rehearse on camera. Do all your work. A week shouldn't go by without you having done this level of work, right? Having taken some sides, broken them down. And if your week didn't go well, that means you got to stay with that. Stay with that. When you watch it back, you have to watch for your believability in every moment, living in real time, listening in real time, even if you're reading with yourself. You have to stage it and experience the scene in your body. Well, how do I know if I did well? Well, first of all, is it believable? Right? And that's just, and when I worked on set on In Treatment, I would be, and when I work on set as an acting coach, I'm working with a director. One of the things they love to say is, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it, right? And that just means like, and I gotta go talk to the actor now, right? I gotta figure out. But that just means I didn't believe it. If you don't believe it, it won't happen. It won't be communicated. So it starts with you. And you can always tell from the language on your face, from your actions, and from your experience in your body. Do I have the experience, the sensation of my daughter, the complex feelings of my daughter got her bike taken, right? One thing is I want to learn to keep her bike safe, but another thing is I'm mad that this neighborhood just takes from people. My daughter can have a childhood. Do I have that experience in my body? Or do I feel, a lot of actors go for just feeling relaxed. That's not a relaxing thing to have somebody take your bike, right? That's not easy. Jeez, it makes me mad. All right, let me keep going. I gotta wrap this up. Craig told me to wrap it up. I gotta give away some free stuff. I got things to do. Okay, one of the things I love about Zoom in acting is that you can binge, guys. You can read the scenes. You can read them all, read all the scripts, all the scenes. You know how you like to binge watch TV? And you could rehearse as much as you want. That's what Lisa Nicole Carson did with her untrained behind. She just did it and did it and did it and did it and did it. If you do that and you are watching it and taking notes from what you see, your work will grow. I will help you with your analysis. Just having 6, oh, that reminds me, I have a bonus. Oh, it's a bonus class. We're gonna do not 5 weeks, but 6 weeks. It's gonna be a bonus class because I want you to have a week for a callback, where you're able to take the notes that you get from us working together and grow the scene more and to handle a callback. Okay, let me close it out if there aren't any more questions. So if I never see you, still do your work. It doesn't change, right? The whole thing. Do your work. Y'all got scenes sitting in your house that you had auditions for that didn't go well. You can use that. And we're also going to have a week for that. A week for where it's player's choice, where you can bring any audition that you're doing and bring it in and put it on tape to get feedback and whatnot. So one of the weeks will be player's choice. And then the other weeks I will give you suggestions for scenes. Where is this? Here it is. Let me unplug that and then plug this in for the big finish. You guys, for reals though, even if I didn't have a big finish, but I think I do. I'm just thrilled that you came and that you stayed, that you asked questions and stuff. One of the things I want to do is really be able to reach more actors, because I don't want you to miss out on sharing whatever it is inside of you that you're supposed to be sharing, that you are somehow feeling disconnected or not supported, or maybe you're not living in the right city, but you can still have connection and support, and your work can grow and you can get better, and you can be cast from any city. So that doesn't really change. All right, so let me just do my big finish. I really want you to head on over. Oh, there were 3 actions I wanted you to take. I want you to head on over to Zoom in Acting, of course, and to read about zoominacting.com and read about the class and see if it's the right fit for you now at this time. If it's not, I'm not mad at you. I love you the same, even though I think you should. I want you to find something, identify something that you learned from watching the other people work. And thank you guys for sending in work. Where would we be without work? From watching the other people work, I want you to decide on where you need to improve. Now, I realize that as actors, you have choices, right? So many people are marketing to you, are telling you this is the way, and you have a lot of people that you can learn from, right? You don't have to just learn from, you've got many, many choices. And I want to tell you why I think you should learn from me and why you should learn from doing your work on your own. Because you are limitless. You don't have to wait for somebody else to spoon feed it to you. It's like you can grow as much as you want because you can rehearse as much as you want and you can tape as much as you want. So I think that's a big advantage of learning from me. It's expensive to go to a training program. I know because I went to one. Private coaching is also expensive and time consuming, and you don't learn from the other people in the class, right? It's great for you, but you learn more when you get to watch as well as act. You learn from, and that's what one of the 3 actions I want you to take is find something that you learned from the tapes that you watched. You can also just hope and pray that your work gets better on your own, right? You can just say, well, experience will make me better, and it will, but it's not really taking the reins into your hand. You're not in control there. And of course, I believe in do it yourself with the help from a friend, and that's me. And that's why you should, those are some of the choices that you have in terms of how you spend your money. Now, you could do it with a casting director workshop, but let's be real. What do you want from the casting director workshop? You want to be cast. That's why you're there. You want the relationship. It is very competitive out there. So you should definitely be at the top of your game before you're in the workshop. You're not there to learn from people who don't study the craft every day, right? And casting people and improving people's acting are 2 different skills. So when you're there with the casting director, what are you doing? You're not learning acting, you're building relationship. You're trying to get a gig, right? You're finding out what are their preferences. That's just their preference. That's why you get those crazy things that they say, like, well, pick up the pace, or always go fast, or never move too much. Well, it certainly depends on the material, how much you need to move. It depends on the situation. And you get these blanket statements and you take them on as if those are real acting methods. Those are not acting methods. Newsflash, okay? So you taking something and I think it's great to go there and to build relationship and to get cast. And I've had clients who do that. But you need to be a fish out of water. They need to be like, I don't know what to say. I'm just blown away. And if you want that, your work has to be A level, that strong beforehand, before you see them. When you sign up, you get the live class online. And this time I'm doing a private chat group. And that means that anytime you can ask questions and that you can interact with each other, just like I saw the chat was just going today, going, is that we'll have a private place for you to do that. And you get the regular lessons and the mindset lessons when you sign up. I want you to know that everybody can't come to my little home studio, right? And this is a way to really, really have an interaction and have our work grow all together, even though you all can't join me in my little home studio. When you step in front of this screen, you are limitless. You can create any reality you want with the camera and the light and the blank space. Anything can be created. There is no limit. and I will help you to set up your own home studio. The tech is included. And we got bonuses. The bonuses are week 6 is the bonus. I already said that. You also have a workshop, a video workshop with John Sudal, Language of the Face. And those are the bonuses. Plus, you get free stuff because you stay till the end of the workshop. And this is the end of the workshop. So what Craig is going to do is he's going to pick 3 people, because John Sudal is very generously giving me 3 downloads of his amazing book. And I really enjoy working with him and studying with him because it's helping me to understand and read the language of the face and bring that to you as a tool. And so he has extended 3, so you can pick 3 people who are on now.
Candace.
Candace, Candace, you're gonna get one.
Candace still on?
I don't know. Yes, she is. I just saw her name. Yep, Candace. Who else?
Is Ivory still on?
Ivory is still on. Yes, Ivory gets one. Yay! And you guys are gonna love this. This book is fascinating. His work is fascinating because the human face. Alyssa, yay! Yay! Ooh, ooh, you guys get the books. Uh-oh, guess what? I got something else free. Karen Kohlhaas, my colleague, has also extended her brand new updated book, the new 2nd edition, How to Choose a Monologue for Any Audition. And she is the monologue person that I love her work. I highly recommend. So we just need one. We have one to give away of her new updated book. And this helps you choose material for whatever you're auditioning for.
Catherine Ryan.
All right, Catherine Ryan, I saw you on there with your long red hair. And look at how you feel after your audition, right? When you've done your work, when you've done everything that you know that you can do within your hand, you feel amazing. And that is within your control, right? You can't control how they respond, but you can control what you do. And when you execute your work at its top level and your talent is outside of yourself instead of inside, you're not walking down the street kicking yourself, you're feeling like Britta feels.
And you have Liz's.
Oh, sure.
Did you download?
Sure, I try to get one.
Yeah, no, she did.
Oh, Liz. Oh, Liz Ortiz-Mackis. Yay! Casting director and book writer and colleague of mine has also extended her book, which is all about auditioning. So one more book to give away. Imani, says Craig. Imani, the last book. You're going to love this book. It's called, yeah, we'll tell you what it's called in a second. But it's by Liz Ortiz-Mackis, and she's an amazing casting director and director. And I love the way she writes. One of her advice is, she says, about making specific choices, she calls it like this. If you're nice, then next. Nice choices get a next. And that she wants you to make real, gritty, connected choices in the room that are specific to the script.
It's called Ace Your Acting Audition.
It's called Ace Your Acting Audition by Liz Ortiz-Mackis. Okay, and I guess, are there any questions before I say bye-bye? You guys are awesome. You make me happy. So I just invite you, let me tell you your 3 things to do if I never see you again. Of course, go to the website and read it. Got to do that. That's the number 1. Number 2, give yourself a call back with this scene. That's number 2. Is that if you didn't put the scene on tape, or if you put the scene on tape and you watch it and you see where you fell down or things that you could make better, which of course you always do, give yourself a call back. Put it on tape again after another rehearsal session. And lastly, the 3rd thing you can do is, from watching other people's work or from the work today, pick how you can grow your work. What did you learn from it and how can you grow? So those are the things that you can do. I really love spending this time with you. This class is so much fun to me. I can't believe it's, Craig had to tell me it's time to stop. I love watching the work. I love talking about the work. I hope you'll join me. I invite you to join me in Zoom Enacting, where we'll be working like this every week, only you'll have your dates on here too. And what's awesome is that whether you're on the call live or not, you're still gonna get your feedback, okay? So, how much is the class? The class is, you have to go to the website, of course. Oh, I guess I could do that myself. Yes, honey, we're gonna be self-taping like a superstar, like a champ. You're gonna feel so freaking good about it. So you just go on over to Zoom. Oh, I even put a bookmark. Zoom Enacting. And you can read all the details about the class, and you have until the registration closes. And let's find out how much it is. To find out how much it is, you click the Join Now button. And there we have it. It is a measly $297. You also can do it in 3 payments of $119. And if you decide to do the Zoom In Plus, which has the extra features, it's only a mere $50 more. And for that, you get a digital review of your online presence. You get weekly written feedback, which is like equivalent to having a half-hour session with me. So that's worth $70. So you already got your $50 right there. You get the digital footprint review, and you get a 20% discount on all Redwall Actor services during the 6 weeks. So that's worth a lot. You guys, I'm gonna unmute you. It's time to unmute you. Oh, are you still offering the Digital Dash Grand Slam? We are still offering the Digital Dash Grand Slam. The next registration is, I don't know. This is about this registration. Ma'am, deals are good for 24 hours. Yes, ma'am. And what I really love is you can do it. No, who's Zimor? Zimor. I wish I could say your name because I'm just kidding. Is that I really hope that you got something from today, and that if you're too big, it's Zizi. Okay, Zizi. I really hope that if you're unavailable to do it now, that you absolutely will join me next time. But if I never see you, you're still going to do your work. You're still going to learn something and do something. And the Digital Grand Slam, oh my God. I'm going to give you guys a link to that, which is a package of us working together. There, Craig did it. All right. Let me unmute you so we can all hear each other's voices and feel each other. What I'm really excited about this time, though, for real, you guys, is the chat, because it's not going to be Facebook, but we will be able to chat together anytime and share files, and it's just going to be awesome. We're going to use a new platform, so we won't be distracted, because you know, as soon as you go on Facebook, you get so many distractions. Well, we're just going to do the one class, the one thing. So oh, Zizi, you're so pretty. I love your hair. Is that, so I'm really excited about doing the chat with you. Ooh, full screen. Full screen. Yes. Oh, full screen. What do you want me to do full screen? Full screen. Okay, here I'm coming. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, I know. I do.
Your face. They want you to go back to.
Oh, my face? Oh, stop screen share? Okay. No, I'm stopping the share. You can see me now, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, hi. You can see me now. Oh, it says speaker view. I'm the speaker. I'm unmuting you guys because I want us to all feel each other's energy. And Kawana, do not get undressed. Oh my God, she's gonna go naked. Oh my God, be careful. It's video, you guys.
Oh, you can pick a sculpture.
Oh yes. So if there's any, there's a question. Hello, Robin Michelle. Let me unmute you. Hi, honey.
I think you've already answered it.
Oh, that was a question from before.
Yeah, it was from before. But But yeah, I loved taking Zoom before, and I really wasn't able to keep up with it like I wanted to. So I wanted to take it again, but I can't take it right now. So I was asking about like, yeah, in November, because I teach a class as well. So it's kind of taking my time.
I feel you. And you know what, Robin Michelle, is that the people who've taken it before, I extended it at the original price. Just, you know.
That's good to know.
Yeah, they get a little discount. So, you know.
I wanted to talk to you about collaborating with you in the future. So we'll talk later, but I wanted to put that in your ear.
Are you in New York?
Right now, I'm not, but I come to New York like once every month. And if you and I collaborate, I will definitely come way more often. So we'll talk.
We'll talk. Okay. Let me unmute y'all, and let's feel our energy. And but it has to be somebody who did it, who bought it during now. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So there is. Yeah, it should only be if. Okay. So here's the scholarship. If you buy the program within the next 24 hours, but I have to have enough people. Just do it. I'm so cheap. Let me just tell you, I'm cheap. And my cheapness is actually to your advantage because I wanted it to be something that I felt like was affordable and a great value for your time. And I really feel like it is. Because when you do go in front of those casting directors, you are going to be on point. Imagine how good you're going to be after having really dissected and created 6 awesome characters and life experiences for these next few weeks. It's going to force you to do your work. The thing is when we're home alone, sadly, we let ourselves off the hook. But when you pay money, you value it, and you show up. Why? Because you're cheap, like me. Okay, let me unmute you guys. I hope you'll join me. Where's the unmute? So we can feel each other and say bye-bye. Guys, I'm so happy right now. You make. Oh, the scholarship. Oh, I didn't. Because I'm cheap. Okay, so the scholarship is, if you buy the class within the first 24 hours, your name is entered into a drawing for a scholarship. And that means you'll get the class and keep your money.
I'm sorry.
But you have to buy it within the first 24 hours. Okay, so that's a fast action bonus. Get a chance. I'm sorry that is only for new people. That the old people don't get that chance. I see you, Prairie. What? Anyway, I adore you guys. I really do. I know you guys can be working out there. I have seen some really good work on these tapes. I know this can happen. Where's the unmute button? Oh, manage participants. All right, I'm going to unmute you all. All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Roz.
Thank you, Roz.
Everybody, have a good one.
I want to see everybody.
Auditions every day.
Thanks, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Bye.
See you at the Emmy.
I know that's right.
Yeah. You know what to wear.
Right. Oh, thank you, Craig. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, Craig is my partner in all of this. He's been behind the scenes.
Bye, Craig.
Follow your instructions.
All right, bye guys. I'll see you soon.
Take care. Bye.
Great audition.
I'll call you.